What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Tony's Picks Look Ahead show here with yours truly, Vegas Al, ready to break down January 20th action here for Tuesday. Happy MLK Day here for everybody. Uh, Another rough day. 0-3. We lighten the volume up. Uh, I don't care what anybody says. Indiana should have covered -8. So that was ugly. And then my two college basketball bets again lost. So I can't hit a bet right now to save my life. That's all I really got to say. I don't know. I'm not going to make excuses. It's just ugly. I'm still going to show up here every day for you guys. That's all I got to say. But yeah, we're going to look ahead into some college basketball, obviously, NBA, and then the NHL action for tomorrow. Indiana was the correct side, in my opinion. Just at the end of the game, they're not mad at it. Was the right call there to kind of play for the field goal, get up 6 points, and put all the pressure on this Miami offense to go down and score a touchdown. You just knew Carson Beck wasn't going down the field there against this Indiana defense. I was actually hoping for a pick six. I thought it could have even happened. Yeah, but I'm also starting to get under the weather again. It's been a brutal winter for me, getting sick almost daily. But yeah, we're going to get right through this show here. So like and subscribe before we get into this action. A couple more seconds, let everybody get in the chat here. We're going to start off, though, with Minnesota and Ohio State in tomorrow's college basketball action. 1 second here. Let me get these lines out for you guys. I'm seeing Ohio State as an 8.5-point favorite, total 144.5. And honestly, it's just a little tough to want to lay 8.5 points. I get it. Ohio State's been doing some things. We were kind of on them there against UCLA. I just like this offense, really, and those two guards, Thornton and Mobley, big-time players. Don't know if I necessarily want to lay it. But when you look at, Minnesota, they still have some pieces here. This kid Tyson and Crocker Johnson are two pretty good forwards here. I think we can get over the 144.5 here in Minnesota and Ohio State. That's where I'll be looking. We got LSU, Florida, little SEC rivalry here. Florida laying a gigantic number, 15.5 points at home in Gainesville, though, where they do their better basketball, where they've played their better where they've played their better basketball this season. Say that 3 times fast. They've still done some nice things on the road this year. Once conference plays kicked in, these Gators have really shown me something. Do I want to go and lay 15.5 points with them? Absolutely not. I can make a case LSU's game enough to hang on in this one here, plus the 13.5. That's where I'd be looking if I had to bet this game. Total, though, at 158.5? I'll just go to the over, really. I'm a little conflicted. You guys know I love those Gators. So give me the over 158.5 in LSU, Florida. Like that one a lot. We got UCF, Iowa State in this one. Iowa State laying, I'm trying to find the game. 1 second. Iowa State laying another big number here. 14 points they're laying here versus UCF. Total 156.5. UCF, first and foremost, not that bad of a squad. We were on them there actually versus Arizona. When I say I was on them, I mean I bet them personally. What I've been putting out on the site as of late has been garbage, trash. I can't put everything on the site or I'd have 100 plays, but I do remember being on on UCF there plus that 10 versus Arizona. Could they show up and compete here against Iowa State, who I don't think is as good as everybody thinks they are? We were on Kansas there. Iowa State, this kid Tamin Lipsey, just 29% from 3. I could argue UCF has enough here to keep it close, even on the road. I'd be on the plus 14 here with UCF in this one. We got Indiana and Michigan here in this one. Again, another giant spread. Michigan laying 15.5 points. Player to look out for, this Yaxiel Lendenberg. Make sure he is playing. He's been a little bit he played last time out versus Oregon. They did not cover that giant number, and they haven't really been covering as of late these giant numbers once conference plays kicked off. However, I could argue this is a spot they finally do whoop up on a team. Tucker DeVries and really Coach DeVries here for Indiana, not in love with. I don't know. To me, I think Michigan's still one of the elite programs of college basketball right now. I get it. They haven't played well in conference play, but I'll argue this is finally a spot they get up for. When you look at Michigan here, what are they? A top 5 team in scoring. What else? Top almost everything defensively. Looking at their schedule too, they play Ohio State next. You could argue a little bit of a look ahead. The Ohio State game coming up on deck, but I still think the way Michigan's been playing, I think they finally get a beatdown spot here in this one. One of the best front courts in the nation with Merez Johnson, Lendenberg, even Mara, the big 7-footer. Plenty of pieces on Michigan. I really like this team this year to make a run. I'm on those Wolverines in this one. Let me check the chat here, and then I'll keep banging through these games. Appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in. Shout out to Sonny here. Had Indiana spread, team total. Yeah, ugly. It was the right side. Don't care what anybody says. The big play to that running back Walton was ugly. That don't happen. It's just, gosh, man. I don't know. I thought Mendoza played pretty, good actually. It's just you're not going to cover big numbers. It was a bad number. -8 was a bad number. It really was. I thought they could have boat raced Miami. I knew for a fact Miami was not winning that game. I just knew for a fact. Cristobal is still a clown of a coach. He had a great year this year, and he had a great squad, a great quarterback. And I'll be maybe a little bit of a beneficiary of the easy ACC schedule. They did beat a couple ranked teams down the stretch and really proved themselves. What do you call it? How many times did you hear the announcer say that should have been a 15-yard penalty? I know. It was rigged towards Miami. Absolutely no doubt about it, rigged towards Miami with the calls. Even the false start at the end, I want to see the instant replay. They didn't even show the replay of the guy jumping offsides. Not offsides, the false start on the left tackle. Made it a 3rd and 1 or 2nd and 1 to a 2nd and 6. Then it makes it a 3rd and, it just screwed us there. We get that first down. They possibly go up by 10, and we get our -8 cover. I can make excuses. We also got a block punt. Normally when you get a block punt, you're expecting to cover this spread, special teams, touchdown, etc., the extra points that you're getting. Just led up too many big plays. They did a great job on Malachi Tony for most of the game. Just a few plays here and there. That's the type of kid he is. He'll make 2 or 3 30-yard grabs, and all of a sudden you look up, he's near 100 yards receiving. Special player he is. It's one of the rare, unique occasions where a freshman's ready for the NFL, no doubt about it. He still has to play 2 more years. All right, let me get on back to college basketball here. We got NC State. We got Clemson here. Trying to find this one as well. I believe it was 4.5 when I was looking at Clemson. 1 second. 3.5 now with NC State. Clemson. I don't know. To me, you look, Clemson's a top 30 defensive team. Defensive-wise, top 6 in turnovers, not turning the ball over, protecting it very well. Yes, protecting the ball very well. But look at all the shooting numbers towards NC State. They're going to try to play a little bit of a faster pace. I don't know. To me, the total at 141, it is starting to get light. But again, the defense is here battling, and I don't know. I like a Trey Holloman under in his points. I just think he's a clown, and I don't know. If he was really good, he would have stayed at Michigan State and beat out Jeremy Fears. Instead, he ran over to NC State. He's a good assist man, don't get me wrong, but I still think NC State's looking for a big-time score to separate themselves, because right now they're – Kadar Copeland, Holloman, there's some guys there, the kid from Texas Tech as well, where it's like not enough basketballs to go around for NC State. And I think a Clemson squad, though, they are deep as well. It's a different man every night. They're more of a better system, more a well-oiled machine here is this Clemson Tiger squad. I got no problem laying it with them. And I don't know, maybe an NC State team total under I'm looking at. The Clemson defense there in Little John, nothing to play around with. And the rebounding as well, like Clemson in that one. All right, we got St. Louis and Duquesne here. Man, 10.5-point spread. We were on Duquesne the other day. One of my only college basketball wins this weekend. Again, it's been brutal. Now it's starting to leak into other sports. Snowball effect. I just need one winner. There'll be one play out on the site tomorrow. I just need to feel a win again. We've all been there. If you haven't, you're lying. We've all been there. You just need to cash one ticket, get you right back on a roll. So, again, I don't even have anything up on the site right now. I'll have it up tomorrow morning for you guys. Again, link is in the description. Right now is the time to go check out the other cappers on the site until I get things going again. Or if you're faithful and loyal with me, you know this is going to turn around. You don't want to be on the opposite end of when I start turning it around here. I don't know how to explain it, but let's say I start getting hot again and, I go 3-4 days winning here in the next couple of days, and then you try to hop on later in the week, and then that's my one day I lose again type thing. So if you're loyal with me, you got to be at this every day with me. Again, long-term packages are the way. Year package members are probably upset right now with me. I get it. I have not been winning, but again, we're in this for the long haul, guys. The high volume did not work out the gate. I had a couple good hot days, got us on top, and then now we've given it back. So I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and complain too much. St. Louis Duquesne. Let me get back on that. I got on a tangent. Sorry, guys. When you look, St. Louis, a top 10 scoring team in the country. Obviously, this Robbie Avila, the big-time center with the goggles, doing his thing this year. Rebounding edge, they're top 4 in the country in rebounds. A great offensive rebounding team. Number 3 in the country in shooting percentage. Also, a top 5 defense here is St. Louis in defensive rating. Yes, I know Duquesne cashed us out the other night. This is a step up in competition. I'm still scratching my head about Duquesne's coach here, LeBron James, little butt buddy. Give me St. Louis here, minus the 10.5 to get this one done. Just really the main 17-1, 24th ranked. St. Louis is going to start making some noise here real soon. And here's one of the more overrated teams in college basketball, Miami of Ohio. Do I want to fade him here? I'm trying to find the spread. Give me a second. Yep, pick them here with Kent State. I'll keep it simple. If they keep giving us very bettable lines with Miami, Ohio, I tried to step in front of them there against Toledo. Here's a similar line. I'm not going to do it this time. I get it. I was telling you guys to get on Buffalo. I was telling you guys to get on the over. Both of those hit last time out. Miami, Ohio had themselves a little bit of a scare. Had to hit multiple shots just to pull that game off. Just to force overtime, then one on the near the buzzer to win it. I could argue Miami, Ohio's on the cusp of their first loss, but again, we got a nice almost pick 'em price with Miami, Ohio. I can't pass it up. Total at 169.5 feels a little bit high because I know Kent State's not scared to get up and down. You look, they're top 15 in the country in pace, 90 points per game themselves. I got to go over still. I was trying to find a way to go contrarian with this under, but I think it's Miami, Ohio, and the over in this one. We got St. John's. We got Seton Hall. I'll just be short and sweet. No way I'm betting on Seton Hall. Once we get into the nitty-gritty of conference play here in Big East, I don't want to bet on them. Seton's already lost 2 in a row. I get it. They, really backdoor covered there against UConn. UConn was up big in that game at one point. Typical Dan Hurley fashion. Can't cover on the road. Just ugly. That was an ugly loss. St. John's got it done there last time out versus Nova. A game we were on, a game we called. We like the over in that game as well. I don't know. To me, I'm going to keep it rolling here with St. John's at home. They were part of that little 20-team point-shaving scheme. So I think they're going to play about as well as they possibly can right now. Try to get the feds off of them. The feds are watching right now with St. John's. We know Pitino is about as crooked and corrupt as you can get as far as college basketball coaches. Be very careful with this one. You got a 9.5-point spread. Pitino would not mind going out there and winning this one by 8. It could be very similar. It looked like an Indiana point shave, by the way. I'll throw that out there. Cignetti does whatever it takes to get that national championship ring. He even said, I'm going to get on tangents. Again, stick with this, what I'm talking about. St. John's is a sketch minus 9.5 line. I'm also scared on going over here because Seton Hall, pace-wise, shooting-wise, they're going to try to slow it down, play defense. I'm still going to take a shot on St. John's covering this big number at the end of the day. Let me know what you guys think on that one. We got FSU. We got Miami. Miami down in the dumps. Who knows if those Miami Hurricane basketball players were out that game last night. If they were, it makes me like FSU. Let me get the line out here for you guys in this one. 11.5. Still kind of like FSU just off that line. Miami, again, Trey Donaldson, big-time player. I get it. They covered the other night there too. What was it versus I forget who. I think it was Wake Forest or something like that. But we got it done there with Miami. To me, 11.5 feels like too much. Florida State covered earlier in the year versus these Gators in Gainesville. These in-state rivalry games they will get up for. Give me FSU here plus 11.5 in this one. We got DePaul and Butler. Again, we're getting into the nitty-gritty of conference play. But we have a number a little bit inflated, in my opinion. I get Butler at home, Hinkle Fieldhouse. Tough place to go and play and beat them in. Michael Ajayi has stepped up this year for them. Finley Bizjack has stepped up this year for them. Forced to play, I'd still be on Butler here. I just can't get on DePaul. Again, nitty-gritty of this Big East Conference tournament, conference play. DePaul still always will be one of the worst teams in the Big East. Have they made steps forward and in the right direction? Yes. Caleb Banks, the forward there, comes to mind. A nice little 6'8" guy that'll hustle and get rebounds. He's a nice piece. I just think Butler, again, Hinkle Fieldhouse, not a team I want to step in front of here. I'd be on those Butler Bulldogs minus the 7.5. We got Michigan State and Oregon. Of course, this West Coast travel spot for Michigan State. Izzo's squad here going to be laying 10.5 points. To me, I look at this one again. Jackson Shelstead has been a huge piece missing for Oregon all year long. He's their do-it-all shot creator. And now I'm seeing Nate Biddle is going to be out with a foot injury. I don't know who's going to step up here for Oregon. They have a couple nice flexible forwards, don't get me wrong. To me, it's Michigan State or nothing here. I like the minus 10.5 here with Sparty. Jeremy Fears Jr., of course, we like the 10 assist prop with him, even a double-double prop with Jeremy Fears Jr. Can't back Oregon without Biddle or Shelstead. Again, these two guys preseason were expected to lead Oregon all the way. Not, you know what I mean by all the way. They were supposed to be their two main guys. To not have them, it's rough. Well, so yeah, Michigan State there in that one. All right, we got Texas Tech and Baylor. Before I get into this one, let me get on into the chat. Sonny wants to know about, hold up real quick. Have you ever won a bet, then check ticket to see you clicked on the wrong thing? Oh, yeah, that's happened before. It's happened on parlays too, where like I'm sitting here thinking I'm down to the final leg. It's also felt like they've changed my bet. Like after it's already been betted, it's felt like they've changed the last leg or so because I was going to hit on a massive like 16 parlay. And I look, suddenly the last leg that I need, it's not what I thought. I've had that. Yeah, double check your bets always, of course. But, okay, we're all human here. We make mistakes. Sonny's want to know about Georgia and Kansas. Looking at Georgia, Kansas, Purdue. Yes, I have a couple of those games I'm going to get into here. Just 1 second. Again, we're actually going to talk about Texas Tech and Baylor real quick. Baylor here. Let me get the spread out for you guys. 1.5 point dogs here at home. I don't know. To me, Texas Tech, I don't know. They've won 3 straight. Last year's meeting was 76-74. I'd argue both teams are not as good as last year's squads. Sorry. I don't care what Texas Tech has done as of late. To me, trying to find a way to get on Baylor. I wanted way more value, though. I know they're at home. We should get I was hoping +4 with Baylor. I'd be all over it. Almost at the pick and price, it gets tricky. But again, I like Baylor Bears here in this one. I was faded them against Oklahoma State, and I was wrong. And, I get it. Against Kansas didn't look great. This is a bounce-back spot against a Texas Tech team that, no longer having Chance McMillan walk through the doors, and they've struggled finding that type of guard that can play well defensively and also create their own shot. I'm on Baylor. We got Vanderbilt, Arkansas here in this one. Oh, man, 1 second. Let me pull this one up. I was seeing Arkansas as the 3-point dog. Now they're the favorite -1.5. Total at 172.5. That's where I'm looking. I love the overs in Vanderbilt games. I love the overs in Alabama games. I'm not mad at the overs in Arkansas games. Plenty of pieces. Both of these teams are going to want to shoot the three. Both of these teams are going to play at a fast pace. Both of them, top 40 in pace, top 15 in scoring, top 30 in threes. The free throws are not bad. Each 76 and 75% from their free throw line. You know who holds the advantage as far as turning the ball over, though? Vanderbilt. That's going to be huge there. Calipari is about as seasoned as they come, though. I think he has these boys ready to, protect the basketball as well, draw some stuff up. They might slow the pace down a little bit. That's what gets tricky with these totals. I like Arkansas more than anything here. At home in Fayetteville, yes, I'm on Arkansas -1.5 here in this one. Trust the line, telling you everything you need to know. So that's how I feel about that one. And Sonny was wanting to know about UGA, Missouri. I'm actually not seeing a line on this right now. I just see the total. I see the total at 165.5. I'll go over. I'll go square. Both teams, 96 points per game for Georgia, #1 in the country. And they've continued this come conference play. Also a top 5 pace in the country. Top 60 in threes. This one here, Missouri, Georgia. Give me the over here again. I was saying it's just Mark Mitchell and a bunch of nobodies, but they proved me wrong there against Auburn. Found some depth. Again, as the conference play rolls along, you start really finding your 4 or 5 guys that you can count on. And I think Missouri against Auburn there, they did that. So that's what makes it tough choosing a side. Again, I don't like UGA on the road either. They play their best basketball at home, much like the Gators. Tough to choose a side here, especially me not having a line right here in front of me. But the total 165.5, I don't mind going over in UGA and Missouri. We got Purdue and UCLA. UCLA here, the 6.5-point dog at home. Mick Cronin straight called his team out there post that Ohio State game. I think that's, writing on the wall that this UCLA team might not be as good as he thought they would be. But I also think it lit a fire under them. I still like Bilodeau, a nice piece. Sky Clark has stepped up a lot this year's. Improved the jump shot. That's all you can ask for out of the kid because he struggled in the past shooting. I think they get up for this spot here at home. Purdue's going to get everybody's best shot. Obviously, Braden Smith, the do-it-all point guard there on their side, still chasing this all-time assist record here. This one there, total, again, 147.5. I know it sounds like I'm giving a ton of overs out. I don't want to give the over out. I'd rather be on UCLA, though, plus the 6.5. Again, not mad at anybody wanting to touch another over here. But I think UCLA shows up here at home. Mick Cronin called his team out. I was trying to allude to that. He was like, I can't trade them. He's like, we're in the middle of the season. I can't trade these guys. Blame me. I was the one that got them. I was the one that signed them in the portal. There's no doubt about it. He's straight calling these guys out, show up. He wants to see something in here. Are you going to play with what's in here? You're at home. Come on. John Wooden, Lou Alcindor, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, whatever you want to call him. Bill Walton. Obviously, I'm naming the longtime legends of this UCLA program, but Kevin Love even. Plenty of talent has walked through those UCLA Bruins doors, and I think they step up here at home against a top-ranked Purdue squad. Love the far travel spot advantage for them as well. I'm on those UCLA Bruins here, plus the 6.5. Final game I'll touch base on. I got to touch base on my hometown team here, UNLV. I'm not touching them. 16.5-point dogs. It seems tempting. I get it, but no. Nope. I won't be on them. Sorry. When you look at UNLV, what they've done as of late, yes, I get it. The San Jose State win was pretty nice. Boise State win was nice. They actually competed versus Colorado State, but Colorado State was hampered, still missing Jorgensen. You don't get beat 98-66 to Wyoming and think you're going to get money on from me. That's just the way I look at it. I don't think UNLV. I just think they're in trouble. They need to get a former UNLV alum who's a Greg Anthony is the perfect guy to come in and change this UNLV Rebels program around. Until I see Greg Anthony coaching UNLV, you won't see me backing them consistently. I get it. It's a giant number. Utah State, though, 15-2. Let's just look at their last couple games. They've been blowing people. I know Grand Canyon upset them last time out, but just before that here, Nevada win, they didn't even cover that, but Boise State, they blew out. Air Force, they blew out. San Jose State, they blew out. They blew out Colorado State there, 100-58. There's a common opponent. To me, I'm all over Utah State here. Again, I know the number's inflated, but I'm just not sold on UNLV. They just refuse to play through the big kid that they got out of Arizona, Stephen, the 7-footer here. They want to play this fast pace up and down bull jive type basketball, and they can't shoot a lick. So I'm on Utah State here in this one. We got 76ers and those Phoenix Suns moving right on over to the NBA action. When I look here, I'm seeing Jalen Green, Paul George, really injury report-wise. When you see the line here, Phoenix is actually the 1.5-point dog here on the road. Total 224.5. I don't know. To me, Phoenix has been playing some good basketball on the road. They're actually ATS-wise, I think they're 16-8 or 16-9 last I checked. Playing very well on the road. Profitable team year long if you've been backing them ATS-wise. I got no problem going to the Suns here. I also like the over 224.5. Let me read a little bit more of the injury report. I got to make sure Booker's in there. I got to make sure Tyrese Maxey's in there. If we, want to back an over. 1 second here. I'll give you full injury report. I was just saying Paul George and Jalen Green. So, yeah, I'm not getting lied to. I'm just seeing those two names so far on the injury report. 224.5 over. And a lean to those Phoenix Suns. Gillespie, Oghodaro, obviously Devin Booker, Royce O'Neal. There's plenty of pieces on the Suns to compete with this 76ers squad who are a little bit fraudulent. Let's just call it what it is. We got Clippers and Bulls. Bulls laying 3.5 points, total 226.5 here in this one. I get it. Bulls at home. Possibly no Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, he'll be out with a knee. Bojan Bogdanovic will be out. Derek Jones will be out. So those three huge key pieces, obviously, for the Clippers. Clippers have been playing absolutely lights out last 14 games or so. I think they're 12-3 or 11-3 last 14 games. Just playing very well right now. Bulls, on the other hand, they've been having Josh Giddey as a game-time decision for the last week or so. I'm not going to hold my breath expecting him to play. Zach Collins still out. Patrick Williams looking like a game time. To me, you could say this is a Bulls spot, but I don't want to step in front of the Clippers. And the Clippers are going to get some points. I get it, no Kawhi, but as far as I'm seeing, James Harden's still going to play and will be the best player on the court. Work that ball down low into Zubac. Plenty of other pieces around him. The bench is still semi-deep here. To me, it's Clippers plus the 3.5. They keep this train going here in this one. All right. 1 second here. Great takes. I'd tease up Michigan. They're all celebrating. Second half, the Oregon will win celebration got to them. Yeah. Yeah, I know that was an ugly game too. The spread was just way too inflated. That thing was minus 20. They keep throwing those out there with Michigan, and it's because of the early season success of beating everybody's ass by like 40 points. But Yeah, let me get back to the Pro Bowl. But I'm not mad at that take there as well. Trying to tease them. Just, I don't know. I try to stay away from teasers in basketball in general. I think it's a a losing proposition if I'm being honest. But you do what you guys want to do, man. That's all I got to say. We got Spurs and Rockets here in this one. When I'm looking at this, Rockets laying the 4.5 points, total 222.5. Injury report wise here in this one. 1 second. It's loading, taking forever, of course. Just Devin Vassell. That's what I was expecting on the game time decision. He's probably not going to go again. Devin Vassell here still dealing with this thigh. But now there's some front court concerns here with the Rockets. No Steven Adams. I know he doesn't play the bulk of the minutes here at the center position, but you still want him, especially when you have to go against Wembanyama. Tari Eason, a game time decision as well. I don't know. These two teams, when you look how they've played against each other this year, Spurs won the first and only meeting this year, 121-110. I like the Wembanyama props. I like the over 2.5 blocks prop for Victor Wembanyama here. I think he goes right at Sengun as well. Just there's not a big in the NBA right now that I'm looking to try to fade him with, except maybe Jokic. So that's the way I look at it. I think Spurs are that good. We're getting 4.5 points. Yes, you got De'Aaron Fox, you got Stephen Castle, Champagne, Harrison Barnes, Sochan. So many pieces on this Spurs team compared to the Rockets. Got no problem taking the plus 4.5. I get it, back-to-back spot. Could be a little ugly, but I like the Spurs here in this one, plus the 4.5 points. All right, on to the next one. We got Timberwolves and Jazz. What do you call it here? Terrence Shannon Jr., Naz Reid here, game time decision. When you look for the Jazz, Sensabaugh, Niang, Markkanen, Harkless, all possibly out tomorrow, all game time decisions here for the Jazz. When you look at what the Timberwolves are laying, 11.5 here on the road, sounds like a losing proposition here, but I'm probably going to have to go to it. Again, too many question marks with the Jazz. Is Walter Clayton going to step up? Is Ace Bailey going to step up? These two rookies. At times, they've shown flashes, just not getting enough consistent minutes, in my opinion, to really take that step forward that you'd expect. You need Markkanen if you want to back the Jazz. That's the way I look at it. Keontae George as well has been a nice piece. Don't get me wrong. I still think Timberwolves here, they get it done. Ant Edwards might want to run up the score here, put up a good 40-burger out of Ant Edwards if you want some props out of him. DiVincenzo's been lights out a little bit here as of late as well, stepped up. Even Jaden McDaniels has stepped up as of late. Front court advantage here, massive. You got Naz Reid, Rudy Gobert, and Julius Randle. Yes, I don't mind laying it. I know it's a giant number, minus 11.5 on the road. Sounds like trouble with those Timberwolves, but that's where I got to lean here in that one. We got Lakers. We got Nuggets. I just realized I messed up and gave out Clippers. I'm just going to shut up. I'm just going to shut up about that game. I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted with the Bulls-Clippers game. I like Ayo Dosunmu props as well in that game. Even if Giddey doesn't play, he'll step up and play. Kobe White will step up and play. Let me get back to the game and right in front of us, though. Lakers and Nuggets. When you look here, we got Austin Reeves and Thiero still out. Jokic, the rest of the whole crew is Braun. I mean, it's ugly injury report-wise. I'll give you all the names. Give me a second. I'm trying to pull it up. I remember last I saw it was Gordon, Murray, Braun, Tim Hardaway Jr. even. We're going to have to resort to the G League squad here. Classic Lakers possibly don't respect them. Don't take them serious here. I don't know. I think Nuggets haven't been playing great as of late. Barely covered, or they did not cover against the Wizards. Obviously lost outright there to the Hornets. Ugly game, only scored 80-something points. I think they've been looking forward to this one, especially these young guys, Zeke Naji, Peyton Watson, all these guys, Spencer Jones, all these pieces here that you have, Hunter Tyson here on the team. Plenty of nice little G League pieces that are trying to fight for a roster spot. Julian Strother comes to mind. Again, I can back the Nuggets. I feel comfortable with these guys who are fighting for a roster spot. Give me the Nuggets here. How many points you getting with them? I thought it was you're getting a couple now. Let me see. 2.5. So you're getting plus 2.5 with the Nuggets. You might want to wait a little bit. I can see the public pounding the Lakers here, especially how the Lakers have been playing as of late. Blew out the Raptors like that. Give me the Nuggets here. A fade of the public play. I'll stay away from the total because this one, these G Leaguers might slap the floor here and play a little bit of defense in this one. We got Raptors. We got Warriors. Warriors laying a seemingly manageable price here, -3 with those Golden State Warriors. Total 226.5. When I look at the injury report here in this one, I see Murray, Boyles, Walter, Podol, Barrett, and Hepburn all will be out for the Raptors tomorrow. Barrett being the main one. Obviously, Podol and Murray Boyles are also two big pieces. Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, DeAnthony Melton, all game times. And then Guy Santos here will be out. Seth Curry will be out. I don't know. The way this Golden State Warriors squad has been as of late, winners of 5 out of the last 6, 6 out of the last 7, blowout, 13-point win, blowout. I got no problem laying 3.5 points with the Warriors at home here. Kerr has lit a little fire under them since getting ejected in that game in late December. He's called out Draymond Green finally. Grew some balls here and stepped up to Draymond. Draymond's at the point of his career now. He needs to shut his mouth and just play because he doesn't have much left. And he's been doing that. So give me the Warriors here -3 in this one. We got Heat. We got Kings. When you look at this one here, 1 second. Injury report, Hero will be on it, and Murray will be on it. So not a lot of guys on this injury report. Both teams kind of at full strength. You got Heat on the road here, -2.5. Total 237.5. Not going to touch this total. I've been getting burned on the NBA totals, but what I will touch is the Miami Heat. I hate the Kings. I even tried to back them the other day versus the Blazers after they let me down. Well, even though I was on the Wizards there, they covered and beat the Wizards. It's been when I fade them, they win. When I bet on them, they lose. Well, I'll just fade you then. I'll fade the hell out of the Kings. No problem with that. Still one of the crappiest teams in the NBA, one of the older teams in the NBA. I get it. Norman Powell here versus Russell Westbrook's a nice matchup, but I think Norman Powell holds the advantage. Obviously, Bam Adebayo, Kello Ware, plenty of pieces. Yami Yaquez has played well. Give me the Heat here, -2.5 in that one. We got Wild and Canadians here. Expected in net here, Merlanian and Merzlikins. Merlanian is an auto fade, a 3.5 goals allowed in his last 5, averaging. You see the Blackhawks, the Blue Jackets here, -110 and at home. Yeah, I got no problem here fading Merlanian and those Senators. And what the hell am I doing? I'm talking about the wrong game. Oh, my God, bro. Wild, let's go. Let me, since I was talking about it, Senators and Blue Jackets is the one I was talking about, right? And I said Merlanian's an auto fade, right? So that's where I'm at. Blue Jackets here, -110 price. I just think at the end of the day, what do you call it? The goalkeeping issues with the Senators, Merlanian, I'm looking to take advantage of. Blue Jackets at home, and you get a -110 price. Got to look there. Now let's talk about Canadians and Wild. Montembault and Wallstedt. Wallstedt, despite the great season-long numbers, hasn't been that great as of late as well. A 3.4 goals allowed in his last 5 games, averaging as well. I don't know. To me, I think the Wild need to get back on track, though. Obviously dropped it there versus the Maple Leafs and just haven't been playing great as of late. I think they get themselves a win here against the Canadians. Montembault, not the greatest of options here in between the pipes. Kirill Kaprizov goal, Matt Boldy goal, got no problem going to those. Give me the Wild here, and you get a little bit of plus money with it because of how they've been playing. Give me the Minnesota Wild here in this one. Sharks and Lightning. Boy, what a scrap we had. between Bobrovsky and Ned Djokovic here, those two goalies. A goalie fight. Very rare you see that. Bobrovsky skated all the way across the freaking ice there and just started getting after it. I don't care. I know he fell down there at the end, and they tried to give the upper hand to Djokovic, but Bobrovsky brought the fight right to him, man. That was entertaining. Let me get back on track here with this game. Sharks and Lightning. I don't know. To me, obviously, this is a gigantic. Lightning are minus 300. Total is 6.5. Vasilevsky's just been lights out. That's who's expected. Askarov, the complete opposite. I get it. The Sharks, did something nice here, getting that win versus the Panthers here tonight. I don't know if they can, turn it around again and do it to the Lightning, but you kind of have to look the Sharks' way with all the value you're getting, and maybe a little bit of a spark there they got with that fight you saw. Way, way, way far away from home out there on this East Coast trip here back in Florida. To me, it's Sharks there or pass with the plus money. Even the plus 1.5, I'm not mad at. Sharks have been a little profitable on the plus 1.5 this year as well. So that's where I'm looking in that one. Just too much value on the Sharks side, even though it's ugly. All right, I already touched base on Senators and Blue Jackets. All right, we got Bruins and Stars. To me, I agree with it. I get the Stars haven't been playing great as of late, but I agree with the minus 170 price. I think they're clearly the better team head and shoulders. I'd argue Ottinger's the better goalkeeper here. That's what's expected versus Swayman. Always keep in mind when I'm giving out goalkeepers at 8 o'clock here, 9 o'clock the night before, take it a little bit with a grain of salt because you never know. Once we see that morning skate around, we'll know who's – and, we get goalies confirmed. The story will really write itself. But, I mean, if it's going to be Ottinger and Swayman, yeah, I'll take the Stars. It's minus 170. That's the only thing. I think you got to go there. In regulation, plays have not been where it's at. These games have been going to overtime and robbing you, trying to go in regulation. I don't like minus 1 that much. You might as well just play the minus 1.5. I get it. You could still push. I don't like playing for a push. I like playing for either plus money or just to get a win. I'm not mad at a minus 1.5 either. I think Swayman's ready to get got. Yeah, give me the Stars here. Jason Robertson, shots on goal prop was always live. All right, we got Sabres and Predators here. When you look Predators, the minus 130 favorites. Saros expected versus Lyon. I don't know. To me, the Sabres, they let me down, the other night versus the the Hurricanes. And then the overtime loss to the Wild. I don't know. They were hot. They were hot, like a 12-2 run. I can see them starting to play that 50-50 hockey. Saros hasn't been as bad as his numbers look as of late. It was a 2.8 goals allowed his last 5, averaging. I could get on with Nashville here. Again, kind of the line telling you all you need to know with the minus 130 price. The books are starting to expect Sabres to get back on earth, really. They've just been playing lights out. But I can get on those Nashville Predators here in this one. Final game we'll talk – no, we got a couple more. Thank you. We got Blues and Jets here. Comrie's expected to be in goal. That's what makes this tricky. I don't know. I never like back in the Blues. I tried to go to the Blues the other night there with Hoffer in net versus the Oilers, and oh boy, they let me down. They let me down bad. It was 4-0 last I checked. They got bludgeoned there versus the Oilers. Do they bounce back here in Canada versus Winnipeg? I can't see it. Even with Comrie and net, I think the Jets are starting to play a little bit better hockey. They were on a 5-1 run since this losing streak. Yeah, give me those Winnipeg Jets here in this one. Again, a minus 125 price. Could argue that's the cursed number, but we still got to go with the Jets here. In this one, we got Devils and Oilers here. I'm seeing Allen is confirmed, Jake Allen for the Devils. And Jari here is expected. We'll see if Tristan Jari is going to go. Let me make sure. 1 second. I'm expecting him to. I don't know. He was supposed to go versus St. Louis, and now all of a sudden he's not. He didn't go. Maybe they rested him here for this spot. I don't know. Both goalies actually, the numbers 2.68 goals allowed, 2.53 goals allowed on the year. I'm comparing year numbers because, Jari has only had one start with the Oilers. He hasn't played really since October, dealing with this back injury. We don't know what we're going to get out of him. I've been waiting on him to get into action here and step up with this great Oilers squad he has around him. I don't know. To me, look at the line in this, minus 155 line telling you all you need to know. In this one, I think, make you pay the juice for a reason. I'll be on the Oilers. We got Rangers and Kings in the final game of the night. Let me make sure these Rangers got it done. Let me make sure. No, of course they didn't. I saw they were up to start the game, and I said, okay, are Rangers going to turn things around because they whooped up on the Flyers the other night? Of course they're not going to turn things around. It's hard to back the Rangers right now consistently. They've had success against the Kings in the past, though. Don't get me wrong. But look, Quick's going to be confirmed. He's been a complete turnstile. 4.5 goals allowed in his last 5 games, averaging. Kemper, a little bit of a better option as of recently. You're getting a minus 185 price, though, with the Kings. It's like, no way I can do it. Kings, not the greatest home hockey team either, if you think about it. I know it's ugly. I know it stinks. And the Rangers have just been pooping on us. I got to go with the plus money, though, with those New York Rangers. That's not just a homerism in me talking. Quick is, still one of the better goalies. He's going to turn this thing around. He's not going to just keep being a turnstile. That's where I'm looking at, plus money with the Rangers. All right, we got a real good troll here in the chat. I will talk to him in just a second. Yep. How long have I been into men? Never been into men. Got a wife and got a kid, so I'll start there. That's projecting. That is projecting for sure. This Mike, he definitely has a small PP. I don't know. We can keep roasting him and stoop to his level. But I'll just ignore this guy because clearly a clown who lost a lot of money tonight and doesn't know how to bet and doesn't know how to bet smartly. So that's this cat right here. How long have you been into men? Yeah. Projecting there, buddy. Projecting there. Pretty obvious you want to reach around. That's disgusting. Take that somewhere else with that homo crap. There you have it, though. What a way to end the show. Tune in to the morning show we got tomorrow. Starting up this week, really. Still, I thought it was a great national championship game. Obviously, the -8 didn't come through, guys. What can I do? What can I do there? At the end of the game, a couple calls didn't go our way, and we don't cover. It is what it is. The hometown rig, more than likely. But there you have it. That's all I got to say. Best of luck to everybody. Check out what's on the site. Again, link in the description. Like and subscribe. Bully that Mike guy in the chat if you guys want, even though I'm about to log out. So might have to bully him in the comments. But yes, best of luck to everybody. Hope you guys make tomorrow a winning day. Peace.